Hi everyone, it's Peg, and you guessed it, I am doing another challenge. This one is from Rachel at Artful Evidence. Rachel's first week is this week, and her challenge is flowers. So I decided, I had already told you guys I was going to do some more work, trying out some different techniques using my gel plate and different mediums. So I'm using some iridescent medium just to put the first layer on the plate. And then I'm going to use some powdered pigments. First off, I used some Ken Olivers, and then I also used, what are those other ones? Good grief. Anyway, I spritzed it thinking that I needed to wet them. Well, that just was kind of a mess. So I was doing it on a cleanup paper. That's okay. No big deal. Just keep moving and try some more stuff. So I have already determined I don't need to spritz with water. Excuse me. So cleaning up the stencil, that's kind of a flower-shaped stencil from, I believe that's a Stencil Girl stencil. Anyway, I'm back at it. I'm going to put some more of that iridescent medium down and come back with some of those powders and just sprinkle them on. And there you can see I'm using the brushos instead this time. Got to give everybody an even shake, right? Anyway, yeah, I thought I would use several different colors of the brushos. You can see that they are spreading out a little bit. Instead of the big mister, I used a little tiny light mist, and then I'm using a catalyst comb to put a little bit of texture into the background before I put another stencil on there. Oh, and I used a little bit of bubble wrap too. Now I'm going to set this aside because I want that layer to dry, and I'm going to move on to some other things. So, oh, maybe this wasn't the time I did that. I can't remember in what sequence I did this. You know, it takes several hours to do these kinds of projects, and then you come back and you do a voiceover, and yeah, it's nothing like what you remember. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what I had been doing. I end up using some, you know, once I get my images all done, and on the 6x6 card, which is what the challenge is a 6x6 mixed media piece, I use some distress inks and some archival inks and some Posca pens and, you know, mixed media. A bunch of different stuff on there just to finish out that image once I have printed it. And I'm just using up paint here, trying to, you know, conserve. All right, now the plate is going aside, and I'm going to get something else to work with. So I grab a little round plate, and this one just didn't work out real well, so I think we'll just move on to the next thing. So I apologize if I have a little too much bass in my voice. I've been struggling with this cold flu thing, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll be a tenor next week. So I have this Tracy Batista stencil, and I just continue to work on this piece and add some other colors into my printed piece using that same stencil. The nice thing about it is it layers, and you can move it around and stencil over the top of a piece that you've already printed. So this piece actually ends up being one of my favorites once it all comes together, and it's just, you know, very tropical to me. I don't know, just where my mind's going anyway. So let's see, where do we go next? This is another Tracy Batista stencil from Stencil Girl, and I'm going to use up some of that purple paint that I had out with my bubble wrap, and you know, just getting that paint down. Going to dry it, and then I'll put some other colors around the edge to draw your eye into the flowery center. And that's kind of the way my whole play went with this process. Back and forth, you know, use a little bit of... Okay, so this is the one that had been drying. I thought this was going to be really cool. Yeah, not so much. I think it was just, you know, I put it on the dark cardstock thinking that that light paint was really going to pull up the stuff that had dried on there. Well, it pulled it up, but it just didn't, you know, sing. It just wasn't saying much to me. So that was, you know, a flop, and they don't all turn out great. But you need to see that too, that, you know, not every print is gorgeous. And even these ones that I'm doctoring on, you know, when I come back and do some more stamping and stenciling and drawing with my Poscas, you know, they're pretty plain when they come off the plate. You really have to do something to them to make them more interesting. So you just keep layering. So I'm back to the powders again, seeing what I can do with those. This time I put a little bit of copper into that iridescent, and I thought that might give that powder a little more punch. And then I have this pink iridescence that I'm putting on the bubble wrap and adding that to the surface of the plate. And let's see, did I do anything else? I have to watch this myself to figure out what I did. Okay, so yeah, this was another not so wonderful print. But that's the way they go. It's just the way they go. So anyway, we'll skip to the chase. You get the idea. So let's move on. Okay, so these are the pieces that I have on my desk. This one, I'm showing you Rachel's Facebook group where you can go over there and post your challenge entries. This one is a stamp that I had carved out of some foam. I decided that it needed some additional splatters. Next up is a piece that, you know, it was just mopping up, and there was enough color and stuff on it, but it just didn't have any zhuzh. So I took a lot of Posca markers and Liquitex paint markers and kind of dressed it up. This was another Tracy Batista. This is the same stencil that I used a lot of Posca on to bring out the petals on the leaves, or on the flower. And then, of course, that final piece that I had done. So if you like this, be sure and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Click the bell if you want further notifications. I know you guys are getting tired of hearing all of this, right? And be sure and share with your friends and leave me comments. Tell me what you're doing in the way of challenges or gel printing, okay? I'd love to hear from you. I really do enjoy reading the comments. And remember, You make a difference. Bye, guys.